Hello everyone, it's Lawrence from Unicorn Reviews here, and I saw that I got quite a lot of views and replies on previous gameplay videos where I did Assetto Corsa. I kind of got thousands of views, so I decided to also make one for Project Cars, which is the other highly anticipated video game of 2014. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you what the game is like at the moment. I don't know if it's actually recording my mouse, but in the bottom left you can see that we're only on build 639 in DirectX 11. Reason I say that is because the game is nowhere near finished yet, so any bug you'll see is probably going to get fixed, well, hopefully, of course. So this is pre-alpha, it's not alpha, it's definitely not beta yet, so that's all cool. So anyway, you can have your career screen here on the left, so you can just create a new career. Not sure if they're gonna keep this, but you just enter your name and let's just enter some stuff. See, it's still quite buggy. You can choose all your options, how you want it in career and where you want to start out. Now you just sign your contract and you can start playing. So I'm guessing you just do this and then you can enter the event. Alright, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm first going to show you through the menu, so then of course you can also continue. Another cool feature, what I always use, I haven't actually played career yet, is the quick race. So in here you can just change from a bunch of tracks. So most of these are, you know, they don't have the contracts yet. So vehicle wise, they have got quite a few of those. So this is Ariel with the atoms. So there's 3 of them in there. Bunch of cars already in the game. Most of them are licensed already. That was the word I couldn't find earlier. Of course, the gorgeous BAC mono. Some BMWs in there. A lot of cars already in there. Of course, nowhere near console games because they focus on cars. This game focuses more on, you know, simulation and amount of tracks. What you can then also do once you chose the track and the car, you can set settings, so laps, everything, that sort of stuff, and most importantly the weather, which will then completely, if you set it to rain, completely destroy your graphics card. But I'm guessing they'll make a fix for that later. You also have seasons, so you can just join a season. Of course, there aren't a lot of them here yet, so it's just 2 tracks, and you can then, you know, this season has 3 races in there, and you just race the same car. Of course, also free practice, so you can get your setups right. Online, there's great online community here. Sadly, you cannot buy the game at the moment, but there is a great online community here. You can just browse, you can create your own, or just have a quick multiplayer race. It's that simple. And there's additional community events where you can do time trials, and this is, I think, is just a time trial version of what I'm doing in Quick Race. But there are also the events, and there's just a bunch of events, all with timers, and at the moment they just do it to do a bunch of specific testing. So 1 car and 1 track, the combination, that the physics are spot on. That's what they're doing. And then there's also the leaderboards. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna install myself here in the racing seat and show you guys some gameplay. Alright, so I completely forgot about this. There's of course the options menu where you can just set all of your gameplay settings. So you just have these quick settings, which everyone should just use Pro. I'm gonna turn that one on again there. You can then change the realism, like what sort of stuff you want to see on your screen. Shared memory, so that other applications like on your smartphone or on a second screen can use the Project Cars data to show you guys fancy stuff. And of course a bunch of sliders at the moment. I'm not at all sure if they're going to keep this, but there's just a bunch of sliders here so that you can what can you do? Oh yeah, make it difficult on yourself. Oh yeah, that one's saved. Okay, great. Controls, of course, the usual controls. You just get a bunch of configuration settings, and of course a bunch of mappable buttons. Pretty much multiple controller input devices are supported. So if you like me, and I'll link to that in the video right here below, if you have a modified wheel or something, that's no problem, or if you have external button boxes, that's no problem. There's also of course the calibration, a bunch of presets, but I'm not gonna touch these because then I lose my control settings, because it doesn't save at the moment. Camera options, again, bunch of camera options for everything really in Project Cars. What else have we got? Visuals, pretty much how much you want to destroy your graphics card. I just max everything out except for the anti-aliasing and the texture filtering, because a 290 cannot cope with this game maxed out, so you'll need some serious, I mean, at the moment the game greatly favors NVIDIA cards, but they'll fix that, don't worry. Of course your audio volumes, how you want your online, and you can set different presets and everything. You also have this menu here where you can see your replays, photos you took, events, setups you made, all that sort of stuff, and then links to the social media, because you know, what is a game without social media nowadays? So anyway, let's do some driving now. Alrighty, I decided to go with the BMW 6.8 liter 300 SL. So as you can see, this is your setup screen where you can mess around with a bunch of stuff. But I promised you guys that I was going to do some driving. So this is just a free practice race, obviously, and loading times are pretty good. The track we're using is Moravia, because I don't want to get into trouble for copyright stuff, you know. So we're using no driving assists at all at the moment, because no one uses driving assists anyway. So yeah, just cruising around a bit. Massive understeer with this car, which I guess is correct, you know, for a big 6.8 liter engine in the front of a Mercedes on old tires. So the reason I like this car is because it's quite driftable, and I know a lot of people actually said that the reason my previous videos were good is because I wasn't just messing around drifting all the time. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Actually, no, this is just a tiny bit of messing around, and then I'll get serious later on, because I'm not quite good at drifting in video games for some reason. Also, this car doesn't have a handbrake yet, so that makes it pretty difficult. But what I'm gonna do after I finish this lap is I'll yeah, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do a normal race, so with AI. The AI, of course, is also not finished yet, but I'll set the difficulty setting so that there's least amount of crashing from them. I have to say with this game, of course, because I need to keep talking to you guys, the controller input is pretty good on this game, and there's also, you know, it's a very much liked game, and they're also going to do Oculus support. They're fully working on that, they're working closely together with NVIDIA. So maybe it'll even come to that NVIDIA controller with a screen in it or whatever that is. But that's just rumors. It's also coming to Android, Linux. So SteamOS will have Project Cars. So that's great for everyone. Free operating system, still a great game. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to options, gameplay, opponents, and I just put aggression to very low and set their other things like maxed out skill and everything. So hopefully they don't crash all the time. So quick race weekend. I wouldn't be a Belgian reviewer if I weren't gonna go with Spa. Again, not licensed yet, but whatever. So a cool car to choose from. Let's go with, what shall we go with? Lancer Evo. Everybody loves Evo, so. Except the Subaru fanboys, but whatever. 5 laps. I'm not gonna do the entire race, of course. And let's mess around a bit with the weather. So let's set it from hazy to some rain. There we go. Starting time acceleration. Let's put that a bit higher. And then I think about 20 people race will be enough. Game actually does support 64 player races on some tracks if the starting grid is long enough. But I'm screen capturing here. The game is maxed out, other than the little anti-aliasing and stuff, because I can't actually see the difference. So I'm still recording this at the same time. So lights on, and for some reason I set it to similar same class opponents, so every car in here should be road legal. Oh, quite slippery here. So the game really works very well with different grip levels, and my automatic clutch is not on. Also, I forgot where the windscreen wiper button is. There is a windscreen wiper button, but I completely forgot where that one. Oh, I blew my engine. Okay, let's do a restart, because I just completely blew up my engine. Oops. Damage, yeah, damage. Because that was totally on purpose. Damage in Project Cars build 639. Pretty cool stuff. All of the body panels, well, most of them, are detachable in this game. Also, there's active aerodynamics, as you can see here on the back of this SLS. But the damage works pretty well. There is visual damage as well as just damage, parts flying off, and that's the visual damage, yeah. So there's also damage on physics-wise, so if you can lose wheels, and then the car won't drive for its shit. And I really should have remembered where the windscreen wiper button was. Oh, there we go, found it. For some reason it's mapped to pit request at the moment. And of course also, a lot of people are gonna complain about my driving, but the thing is it's pretty dark and I'm getting about 16 FPS at the moment, so this game will slaughter your graphics cards when you max it out. It's pretty playable on low settings. You can even play it on APUs, and there will be an APU review coming up pretty quickly. Actually this week already. There's probably going to be an APU review coming up, but which APU? Yeah. So subscribe for that. Also the game has that was more things on purpose to show you guys the damage. But what the game also has is different weather for different regions. So for example, right here there is no rain. Here at the what's this part called? Stavolo? No, that's the other. Yeah, actually it is, isn't it? And my bonnet just came off. Into Blanchimont, again still no rain. This is probably a retarded place to try and overtake with a road car. Yep, totally retarded place to overtake with a road car, and I lost it. You're all gonna ask, how can you possibly lose a four-wheel drive car? But hey, here's how. And I blew my engine up again. So that was pretty much it for this part of the video. If you have any questions or requests for me to do other games, go ahead and ask them, and I'll try to reply to all those questions and requests. If there's a lot of requests for something, then I will probably do a video about it. For now, a lot of you are already going to be bored with the video anyway, but I'm just going to do another race right now with decent weather, decent cars, and I might even just shut up completely and just have some fun driving and really show you guys what it's like when you're not trying to talk while you're doing all of the driving. So yep, McLaren. Oh yeah, and subscribe, please subscribe. So yeah, that's a little reflection issue you guys could see there, where the well, I mean, this is really unplayable at low frame rates, isn't it? You can see cool reflections in the windscreen. That's just terribly hard for a graphics card to do. So I'm only getting 25 frames a second here. I'm driving a stock McLaren MP4, I think. Terribly overpowered car. I keep getting pushed from others. So if I turn the lights on, there's no like thingy on the front, which that's just a little fix. They'll do that when the game is released. I mean, this again is pre-alpha stuff, so yep, another hit by an F1. Got Pagani on my right here. Anyway, I haven't actually talked to you guys about physics. So I kind of got a lot of hate in a Assetto Corsa video for saying that Project Cars had the better physics, but I still stand by that. Even though Assetto Corsa is just all physics, Project Cars just, it feels more realistic to me. I'm not comparing these games to each other, I'm just comparing them to what real life feels like and how the controller output is, because that's where most of the realism is, right? I mean, every game can make some basic physics where the cars will be as fast as they are in real life. That's not very hard to do, but it's how the feedback comes through the controller. And if you're just playing with a normal controller, then I mean, obviously it won't really matter to you. But when you're playing with a wheel with proper force feedback on it, and there's going to be a massive difference in how the physics feel to you. And to me, Project Cars just feels a lot better. There is some not there's no input lag, but there's some sort of output lag. So when the car oversteers, I don't immediately feel it. So maybe I should get some sort of butt kicker like thingy, because in real life when your car just goes, you know the car is going to go before it goes. Well, the rear steps out, and in video games I just don't have that. So that's just a limitation of you being stationary. That's nothing a game can work on. I mean, the controller output, the force feedback feels really good. It takes some time to set it up right, because again, it's pre-alpha. I just completely missed my apex here. But once you get it right, it just feels amazing. And it's really easy to respond to, because in Assetto Corsa, once the car starts to slide, I just cannot catch it, because there's just some lag going on. And here in Project Cars, it's quite easy for me to catch it most of the times. Also with this car, because it's a mid-engined car, you really feel how the nose just, under full acceleration, just says nope, no grip here for me. Under acceleration there's just massive understeer, combined with oversteer from the 600 something horses this car has. So I have to say it feels really good, and it feels really good across all of the cars, mainly because they do so much physics focused testing. That's what they're mainly focusing at this part of the process of finishing the game. And it really works out. Yeah, the physics are great. I've been going on about 4 minutes, I think, about physics. They're just great. Another thing that Cars is really good at is audio. The audio just feels better to me. I've played quite a bunch of sims, even though a lot of people apparently think my driving sucks too much to believe that. But in the previous sims I played, the audio wasn't that good. Especially in the GTR series, it wasn't too brilliant. Maybe that's just my headset or the way I configure audio, but whoa, and I lost it. So they do that quite realistically. When you drive on grass, then there's just no grip. Oh, almost hit that Pagani there. But overall audio is just, you know, great. A lot better than in the first Assetto Corsa. I haven't actually played that game a lot, so I'll do one of these videos about Assetto Corsa later. But this is just a brilliant game. I wonder now, you know, with McLaren they like unveiled some sort of ultrasonic windscreen wipers. Maybe the game had that, but it doesn't have it yet. It has normal windscreen wipers. Awesome. Anyway, there's only 2 people behind me. That's really good for my ego. So yeah, also something cool Project Cars will have when it gets released is fully animated pit stops. Right now it doesn't quite have that, so. And of course I had to hit the pole instead of drive into the pit box. So that was pretty much it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like the video, please like the video. If you dislike the video, go ahead and dislike it. And please subscribe to the channel for more videos. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask them and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you all very much for watching.